Hello, and welcome to another retro video game stream on original hardware. Tonight we're going to be playing Lords of Conquest, which is a Risk-like strategy game on the Atari 8-bit computer. We had this game when I was a kid. My dad bought it. I would think around 86, 87. It's a Electronic Arts release. It has this cool, folding sleeve, like many of the games at that time, um, and nice production quality on the manual. Tells you a little bit about how to play the game. Has a quick summary of units. Let me pull this out here. I've got a nice little summary card. I actually have this is not my original copy, but it's a nice copy I bought since. And my dad spent a lot of time playing this game. I used to watch him play it, actually. And I played it a bit myself. It's got a cool little reference guide on the back. And nice manual here. I've heard this style of packaging referred to as like an LP style or an album style, which is kind of nice. It's weird because it's not really a big box. It's sort of like a sleeve, like a record sleeve. But manual has some nice information in it about how to play the game. Table of contents here. And this game has different things you're trying to acquire in your territories. This game is pretty cool. It's not super complicated, but it has some cool strategy elements. And one of the things that I like about it is it will randomly generate, maps to play, so that it can be random every time if you like. You can also set the difficulty to be kind of easy or difficult. So, a lot of strategy games from this era can be quite complex, and we've played a strategy game called the Shattered Alliance that was a fantasy strategy game, which was pretty cool, to be honest. But it's got a lot of interesting unit stats, and there's a timer, and it's basically kind of a tactical strategy game. Whereas this is sort of a strategic strategy game where you're managing resources and territories and stuff. I do love that it says on the back, it says nice guys end up with Madagascar. It's nice. Power, you love it. So, if you like these kinds of larger strategic conflict games, or if you imagine kind of like Risk, World Conquest games, this is a pretty cool game on the Atari 8-bit, and it was also on the Commodore 64. The cover picture I have is from the Commodore 64 release, but it was the same kind of sleeve like this. So I wanted to talk a little bit about strategy games from this era. The Atari 8-bit line and Apple II and Commodore had, I think a decent amount of strategy games, which was nice. I think it's a genre that was better on the computer, home computers at the time. You don't really have any console strategy games until the NES. You get a few imported strategy games, but most strategy games lived on the home computers of the era. And it's a genre I don't think gets streamed a lot, but it's great. There's a lot of really good titles. I think Lord of Conquest is probably my favorite strategy game from this era because of its kind of simple gameplay and stuff. So I highly recommend checking it out. It's actually a pretty good game if you have a console of this era. And it's not a particularly expensive title, but it has that nice kind of Electronic Arts polish from the era. So anyway, without too much more background, let's go ahead and get started and get the disc put in and fire this thing up. You can save your game, save your progress. I don't have a save disk set up for this, but you totally can do that. original floppy here. That cool Electronic Arts booting screen. All right. Ooh, based on the game Borderlands. I'm not familiar with that game. Yeah, 1985, 1986. So this would have been a mid to late 8-ish, late-ish release. My dad played this a bunch. We'll skip that cool little screen. Yeah, it's interesting. The units and stuff seem to be sort of like, I don't know. I mean, it shows like a steamer, but there's people here with horses and bows. It's kind of funny. I guess it would be like late Renaissance era weapons and equipment. It's a little bit, generic. All right. Start a new game. Continue a save game. Use the map maker. Watch the demo. It's cool it has a map maker. Uses the joystick. It's one of the things that's cool about games from this era. There's a lot of sort of joystick-controlled games. You don't have to use the keyboard as much. And Lords of Conquest is one of those. So we'll start a new game. I'm going to have it build a map for me. So we'll do number of players, 1. Game level, beginner, that's fine. Resource abundance, we'll do low. 3 cities to win. Element of chance is low. You can make it more or less random, which is kind of interesting. Let's turn the music off. Difficulty scale. Goes all the way up to 9. Interesting. We'll start with 1. All right. Yeah, you can play, two or more players. I don't know exactly how that works. I did remember playing this with my dad competitively. But it's cool that you can do that sort of like local play strategy game. All right. So this is the thing I think is pretty neat. You can choose a map, an original map. You can do like, the whole world, or you can do Europe. And then you have the computer generate a unique map, which I think we're going to do that, which is pretty cool. Generating a unique map makes this replay value really high on this game. And it's one of the neater things about it, I think. A lot of strategy games, they have a fixed map, of, it's 1942, World War II era, or, Civil War, SSI. A lot of those games have those things, and everything's fixed, right? So I think you get used to strategies for those maps. The fact that this generates a map randomly every time makes it a fresh play. So you can define your own unique map. You can have it generate a unique map. Let's see what define your own unique map says. Okay, yeah. So this is how you can set the the parameters for generating a unique map. Water boundary, no. Water area, small. So you can have more or less territories. You can have islands. That's interesting. Territory shapes, irregular. Interesting. Water area, small. Water boundary. I don't know what water boundary means. I guess we'll try yes. So yeah, it generates the territories and stuff. This is really a neat part of this game, in my opinion. So, it's going to look a little bit like a Risk map. You have these different territories that you can capture and stuff. And the mechanics of the game are sort of similar to Risk. It's really about surrounding territories with units and conquered territories that increases your chance of taking another territory. You can also earn gold that lets you build equipment and cavalry units, and then you can also, there's like cities to capture that generate more gold and stuff. So that looks kind of lame. let's do a redo with new settings. Let's turn off the water boundary and see how that looks. I'm not sure if water boundary means that it's going to make a like island. Filling in lakes. Interesting. Yeah, I used to play this a bit. Really, it was my dad's game he played the most, but I definitely liked playing it. I consider myself a kind of, you know, moderate fan of strategy games on computers, but not as much as maybe other people. Certainly not as much as my dad. Okay, well, this looks okay. Let's try this. All right, so the default colors are purple and brown, which is kind of funny. If you have more players, it'll do like green and red and stuff. All right, much like with Risk or Risk-like games, you get to pick a starting territory. And then so you move the cursor sort of like a mouse, right? And pick a territory. So let me pull out the manual again really quick. These are gold territories with these little like gems in them. And then actually I remember already. These little double lines represent places that can breed horses for cavalry. So, you want a territory that generates a good amount of money, but has maybe some strategic isolation. So, like, over here's pretty cool. You've got 2 gold spots and a cavalry spot. So you can probably hold on to this and generate a lot of money pretty easily. So, that's kind of cool. There's also a bunch of gold territories up here on top, but there's not very many down here. So the best starter spot, I guess it might be this cavalry location. All right, yeah, so the computer picked another one, cavalry location. Let's pick this gold spot. So if we've got these 2 spots up here, it'll be unlikely that the computer will take that one on the edge. And if it does, we'll have it. Okay, so it did take it, but we've already got an advantage kind of being there like that. Kind of want to make sure I link up my territories if I can. You want to have your territories touching each other because it gives you an advantage. Nice. Okay. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start a turn here. So production gold. I got a horse. I got 3 gold. I've already got kind of a significant advantage over the computer here. Okay, so locate stockpile. So stockpile is like where your gold is, and it's kind of your main, capital territory, if you will. And if you lose your stockpile, gets captured, you lose a bunch of gold. I think you might. It's very very bad. Okay. Well, I think this spot right here is not bad. There's some advantage to having your stockpile near things, but we'll do it right here. Oh yeah, so move stockpile. This is the shipment phase. There's different phases each turn. So info, force count. So yeah, you can see I have a rating here of 3 to 1. What about here? You can kind of check 4 to 1. Okay. 3 to 3. This just tells you, yes, which bordering territories. So yeah, if you have bordering territories, that's what gives you your kind of force attack power. So you definitely want to have more territories touching something to take a nearby territory. So for example, like here, if we look at the force count, he's got 3 to 3. If I go to force count here, 2 to 1. But like this spot here, I only have 1 to 3. So that guy can take that pretty easily. So if we're going to be able to do any attacks, we're going to want to try to take, I think probably, that spot. And then the gold spot in the corner. I don't know how many attack moves you can make. Having the horse is a force multiplier. There's also equipment you can build. You can build weapons. You can build cities. Cities increase production. Okay. Press button for utilities. Okay, plan attack. So we can do a force count. All right, we're definitely going to take that one. I'm going to try to take... That one's even up. That one's even up too. It's kind of a risk. That one's not good. You can see 2 to 4. All right. Well, we got to take this gold. It's too easy. Add forces. We'll bring the horse from here to here. So the horse is joining. So I have a horse and 2 attacker to 1 defender. So I should have the advantage here. I should win this. Attack succeeds. Okay, cool. All right. So then we want to plan attack. Three to 3. 3 to 3. What's this one like? 3 to 4. Well, I think this one's more important because we're going to lose this isolated spot if we don't. So we'll take a risk and try to get... It would be nice if we had a horse, but we'll attack. Okay, good. Attack succeeds. That helps a lot. End Conquest. All right, now it's his turn. He'll probably take my isolated territories in the back there because he'll win. No, see, he's going to bring a horse probably. I think he can bring a horse from one spot beyond. 3 to 3 now. Attack. Yeah, that wasn't great. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, see, I lost a gold there. That was not good. Year 2. All right, so he's adding a weapon to his cavalry. All right, let's build a weapon 2. Hmm. See, I don't know what. I think you should be able to move horses. I don't want to move my stockpile. All right, so he gets to go first now. Because I got to go first last time. It's thinking and beeping. But yeah, him having a horse and a weapon, that's the most you can add to a conflict. So, you know, me having the weapon there on its own is kind of a gamble. Yeah, he's going to bring this stuff in there, and it's going to be not great for me. Let's see if he brings his horse. That's going to make this even up. Let's even up. Hopefully I can survive this. Oh, that's not great. He captured my weapon. That's not good at all. All right, well, that guy's got 10 defense. Ugh. Ugh. That's terrible. Yeah, this is not good. Well, the best one I can do is probably this one, which isn't very good. God, that's terrible. Ugh. Horse can't reach. Can't win there. Can't win there. Maybe I shouldn't have put my weapon front and center there. Well, let's just see if we can take this. It won't even let me do it. Yikes. Can't even make an attack. That's bad. So we can make a city. I didn't really want to move my stockpile. Oh well. Yikes. It's not good. I can't seem to do anything. Yikes. It won't even let me make these attacks. That's not good. Oh, boy. Can't make any attacks. I'm in bad shape. I mean, he can take all kinds of stuff. He doesn't even need to add anything. Ugh. I feel like I got a little unlucky because there's been a couple of even up fights that he won right away. Let's put a weapon in here. Well, I may have had a bad initial strategy here. I'm in pretty bad shape. Yeah, that's going to be easy for him to take that. Yep, the rich get richer. Man, I can't even get through there. This is not good. I think I've basically lost. I don't think I can take anything. Yeah, I'm isolated in the corner here. I thought that would be a good place for me to sort of hole up and generate but I've lost too much territory. I can't do anything. So I think we've basically lost. I think we're just going to have to restart. Well, that was a quick one. We'll generate another map and try again. But I couldn't remember the mechanics super well there. I should have been more aggressive about taking the center territories and not being concerned about the territories and the regions around the edge, because your kind of attack power and stuff is based on territories touching each other. This picture always seemed sort of odd to me when I was a kid. I was like, this guy shooting a bow over a wall at a guy on a horse with an axe. This is kind of ridiculous. All right, start a new game. Number of players 1, beginner, sort of just beginner. Low, cities to win 3. Element of chance low. I wonder if you just get 3 cities if you win. I don't know. Music off. Difficulty scale 1. Define your own unique map. Water area small. No islands. Territory shapes regular. Okay. Let's do this again. I like that you can look at the map before you decide to accept it. I think it's pretty cool. I actually like that last map. It was pretty interesting. I think you want, some mildly isolated spots. You don't just want a giant blob of territory, which is this is looking like. You can tell already I don't love this random map. Let's do one more. Put some stuff on the side. Come on. I don't want all just in the middle. We're going to have a big lake in the middle. That could be cool, I guess. Okay. Well, that's a little more interesting. I guess we'll try this one. All right. So we've got some gold. We got some cavalry. Let's go right for this one right here in the middle. We want those horses. If we can isolate and surround, excuse me, that's ideal. Oh, it just gave me those other ones. I'll put it right here. Okay. You don't need to ship anything. All right. Let's see if we can get that guy's. Let me add a horse. All right, it's even up. Yes, that's really good. All right. I play a little bit more aggressively here, so that's good. Mm. That's not good that he won those two in the corner, but it could be worse. We got all the horses. That's really good. I want a weapon. Not sure why you'd want to move your stockpile necessarily. Have to look that up. Now he gets to go first. So this could be. He's probably going to even up. That's not good. Yeah. But me having all the horses now is a big deal. So we're going to be able to add forces. Yeah, see, because I have the weapon nearby. That's a really big deal. Let's bring a horse from here. Attack. Okay, weapons can only move one. All right, that's pretty good. I'm going to put a weapon right up in front here. Try to help hold this stuff. It's going to build a city. Interesting. See, it doubles the production of all the stuff next to it. That's a pretty big deal. So he's got a decent amount of money. Interesting. All right, my turn. Alright, I want to add forces. Can I bring this weapon? How do I get that weapon out of there? Alright. Horses can go from one way, so I want to add forces. Horse. Alright, that was big. Plan attack. So we got this guy backed up against the wall here. Oh, boo. Boo. That really stinks. I thought you could move horses around in the shipment phase, but I guess not. All right. Hmm. So that's how you do it. You pick up the weapon on the way. It still won't let me do it. Hmm. Guess it ends my turn. That's a major bummer. So we better put a weapon, I guess, here. There we go. That's good. Yes. Horses and weapons are really good. But I think if he builds another city, he wins, maybe? I don't understand this, the stockpile mechanic. All right. So how do I get that territory? Let me do it. Okay, it'll let me do that now. All right. So I think I've lost because I think if he just builds a city, I just lose. I don't know. I'm not sure if that rule means that's how that works. Oh, womp womp. There we go. Guess I'll move my stockpile. I have no idea what that does for me. Weapon can only go one. How can we get this thing? Still can't take it. Oh, he just won. Lord of Conquest is proclaimed. Yeah, because I guess as long as you have 3 cities for, you know, a full turn, that must mean that you win. A musical tribute to the winner. So yeah, I lost. We've almost wrapped up here, so we won't play again. But that's Lords of Conquest, which is pretty cool. I lost twice, but it's a decent little strategy game, and it plays pretty fast. It's really about kind of gaining the upper hand and gaining resources, taking territories, and surrounding the enemy territories. So, you know, I had the chance factor at low. Every one of those even up combats ended up going in the attacker's favor. It would have been nice to have seen one of those fail. That allowed the computer to kind of rally in that game where he was pushed back against the wall by my stuff surrounding him. So I don't know if that means I need to bump the randomness up a little bit so that those fights might actually go the defender's way or not. But anyway, that was Lords of Conquest on the Atari 8-bit home computer. A nice little strategy game, played really fast with a random element. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. We'll be back next week with some more retro video games on original hardware.